All right, here we have this question that says, refer to the image below to answer the following questions. We have A, find the length of the segment, and B, what are the coordinates of the midpoint? So to find the length of the segment, the first thing we want to do is use the distance formula, because if it's asking for the length, it's asking for the distance traveled. So I have D is equal to the square root of x1 minus x2. I'm going to pick my uppermost point to be my x1. It doesn't really matter. It could be either one, but whatever you pick to be x1 has to be y1, and whatever you pick to be x2 has to be y2 as well. So I have x1 of 12 minus my x2, which is negative 7 squared, plus my y1, which is 21, minus my y2, which is negative 9 squared. When I simplify that, that gives me, on one side, 19 squared, and on the other side, 30 squared. I'm going to rewrite that real quick. So I have the square root of 19 squared is 361, and 30 squared is 900. When I take the square root of that, that gives me that the distance traveled, or the length of this segment, is approximately 35.51, and I didn't give a unit, so you would just write units. So the distance traveled is 35.51 units about. To find the midpoint, we need to use the midpoint formula. So I have M is equal to our coordinates of x1, which is 12, plus x2, which is negative 7, divided by 2, comma y1, which is 21, plus y2, which is negative 9, divided by 2. I'm going to simplify that. We're going to break that down. 12 plus negative 7 is 5, so I have 5 over 2. And 21 plus negative 9 is equal to, well, that's the same thing as 21 minus 9, which is 12 over 2. So I can simplify that as my midpoint is equal to 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So my midpoint will be at the point 2.56. And both the length traveled there and the midpoint are not something that are easy to see without solving it in this way, because the graph doesn't give us a very clear image.